Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to my new course, which is the EU AI Act Masterclass. My name is Taimur Lal, and in this course, like the title says, this is like a guide for businesses and professionals to help them comply with the upcoming EU AI Act. Now, why have I made this course? It's very simple. We have a major change about to happen within the AI world, which is the launch of this EU AI Act. It is going to be, like many people say, it's like a landmark moment, a very important moment within the EU, like AI regulatory space, and not just within the EU, within the whole global regulatory space. It's going to be a game changer, right? It's the first, like, a proper proposed set of rules that take a proper, like, comprehensive approach to AI regulation. And it's in one of the world's biggest markets, the European Union, and it is going to have a global impact. And the approach it takes towards regulating and controlling AI, it is crucial. If you are anyway involved within the AI world, you need to know about this AI Act. So that's what you're going to be doing in this course. We're going to be exploring the EU AI Act. We're going to explain how businesses and people can comprehensively prepare for this EU AI Act and what you need to do. We're going to do it through practical case studies. So, what is the goal of this course? Like I said, we're going to understand the EUA Act and we're going to deep dive into it, right? What to focus on, I'm going to teach you. I'm going to give you practical implementation tips, right? With case studies and examples. So, I don't want to just read the EUA Act. You don't need me for doing that. Anyways, you can just read it yourself, right? So, we're going to use practical examples and practical tips for helping you comply with the EUAI Act. And very important thing, this is not legal advice. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not qualified to give legal advice. If you came here for legal advice, this is not the course for you. Please, what do you call? Don't take this course. Don't buy it, right? But this is a very comprehensive master class to help you understand the EUAI Act and how to apply it within your company and how to, like, basically to increase your knowledge to make you capable for implementing this. Like I said, we're going to be using practical implementation case studies, and that's going to show you how to actually apply it within real world scenarios. So if you're thinking, who is this guy and why should I be listening to him? My name is Taimur Lal. I'm a multi award winning cybersecurity expert. I also know a little bit about AI. I've written a few books about it, right? I'm also a career coach. I help people get into cybersecurity. I have a small YouTube channel called the Cloud Security Guy, and my books on AI, on cybersecurity, they have become bestsellers. A few of them are here. Like, I've written a book on AI governance and cybersecurity. This came out in 2022 before ChatGPT came out, which I'm very happy about, right? And I've also written books on cloud security, zero trust. I have a newsletter on Substack. I'll put the link here if you want to check it out. I'm there on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Twitter, although I'm not that active on that. But these are just to show you that I do know a little bit about cybersecurity and AI. I've been in this space for around 20 plus years now. So I do know a little bit about this whole topic. Now, why is the EU AI Act so important, right? That's very important to know. Like I said, this is a landmark event in the global AI regulation. And the EU wants to lead the way when it comes to, like, proper legislation to make sure that AI is trustworthy, it's responsible, and it's going to be like a global benchmark, very similar to the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR. If you're not aware of this, GDPR came out many years back, and it set the stage for data privacy. So even though it was applicable to the EU, or if any company outside the EU was, like, doing business there, but because it was so comprehensive and it was so well made, it became a global benchmark. So everybody started using some form of the GDPR for data privacy. The same thing is going to happen for the EUA Act. Rest assured, a lot of companies are going to be using it and making it like a template for their own regulations. So if you understand the EUA Act, believe me, I think any other benchmark will become very easy for you to understand. So this is going to be a landmark event. And uh, basically, when you look at it from the AI perspective, AI is impacting every sector, right? Like, there's no industry or sector which is not being impacted by AI, which is an amazing thing, but also like a scary thing, right? And like I said, the act itself is going to become a benchmark, right? It is going to change everything, and companies want to show that they are following best practices. So if you're doing business in the EU, you want to show that, hey, I'm already compliant with the EUA Act. Look, I've done the steps needed to comply with it. And of course, if you're a professional, there's a massive demand for people who have these AI risk and governance skills, right? And if all of that does not convince you, then do remember that there are some massive fines for the EU AI Act not complying with it. We'll go into the detail of it later on. But just to show you that AI is impacting everything, and the EUA Act is going to become a global benchmark, right? And as a company, you want to make sure that you're following best practices, and as a professional, you want to make sure that your skills are future proof, right? And just to show you, Gartner has said that AI models from companies that focus on AI transparency, trust, and cybersecurity, they will have a 50% better chance of users accepting them, adopting them, and businesses buying them, right? So it's no joke. This is directly tied into your revenue. So this is where the EUAI Act comes in as a major act, as a major law for operationalizing all of these things. Now, I'm sure if you already know this, if you didn't know this, wonderful. If you already knew this, if you're already aware of how important the EUA Act is, then there are some mistakes which people make. And I've seen this happen time and time again. Like the first step is usually getting a good understanding of the proposal, because the text itself, it's like 400 pages. Honestly, nobody has that much time to go through it, and you won't remember it. But they make some mistakes, right? So the first step is like the topic can be a bit dry. It is boring. I mean, nobody is excited about reading a 400-page law. Honestly speaking, I don't think you have that much time, nor do I have that much time. This is where this course comes in, right? And also, the other thing is that sometimes the discussions are too high level. Many topics, when people talk about the EUA Act, it becomes at a very high level, very broad concepts without deep diving into specifics. And what happens is, you know the terminology, but you have no idea how it applies to your real life, right? So that's why this course is going to break it down into actionable insights. And the second one is practically applying it, right? You don't know how to practically implement the law in real life scenarios. That's why we have case studies in this course. And I'm going to give you clear guidelines on how to apply it. And another challenge is people feel overwhelmed. Like I said, the act is massive. It's so many law, like sub clauses and clauses are there. There's many companies simply do not know where to start. So this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to create a proper roadmap for compliance and focusing on the key areas and what you need to know. And the last one, which I've seen, like some people try to memorize the act, which I have no idea, right? You should memorize what the key concepts are and how to apply them. Nobody's going to be asking you what is section point 5, point 6, point 7. Nobody's interested in that. So please do not make these mistakes. And that is the whole point of making this course, to teach you the EUA Act in a very simple to understand and comprehensive manner. Now, who is this course for? Obviously, if you're in the AI space, right? If you're an AI professional, this act is going to be impacting you. If you are risk, legal, compliance, definitely you want to make sure to risk proof yourself, to sorry, future proof yourself. If you're a cybersecurity professional, one way or the other, you will be have overlap with this act. Or if you're in the leadership position, you are a CIO or a CTO or a CISO, and honestly, anybody who's interested in AI regulations. So anybody who's involved in one way or the other within the AI space, this course applies to you. And how to use it, please, you want to use it to understand the UI Act, get that concepts right, understand the risk-based approach, go through the case studies, which I'm going to show you, and of course, apply the knowledge that you learn. If you do not apply this course, you will forget about it in 1 week. I can guarantee you that if you do not apply the course and take it routinely so that these concepts become fresh. How do you apply it? We're going to have a project, which is you're going to take your company, any AI project if you have, or if you don't have it, just a theoretical one, and gap it against the EU AI Act. Where does it fall? What are the obligations? What you have to do, right? So this was just a quick introduction to the course. So like I said, AI is changing the world, guys. And by taking this course, you are future proofing yourself, everyone. Like you're making sure that you are prepared for the new world which is in front of us. So I hope you are as excited as I am when it comes to this course. Thank you very much. And congratulations for taking this massive step and taking this initiative for like investing in your future. I will see you in the very first lesson. Thank you very much.